Hey guys, how's it going? I've had a great day. I've learned a lot today. I'm going to try to share just a little bit of what I've learned, okay? So I had a disaster happen with my Massey Ferguson Model 12 baler. I was baling literally the last bale of the field that I had to get done last night, and I was just cleaning some stuff up, and it got out of time. It got out of time, and plunger didn't stop. I ended up shearing off both of my twine needles and got everything out of time. So I think I can fix it, and I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to try to weld up these twine needles. If I can't, then I'll pirate some off of my other baler, same model. But I've been working all day, well, not all day, but I've been working for several hours trying to time this thing, and I couldn't figure it out. Reading comprehension problem, perhaps. It's got a sticker, and the sticker tells you exactly what to do. And once I figured that out, it's pretty simple. So I want to share that with you, what we've got going on here. So first of all, Massey Ferguson Model 12. This is my timing gear right here, okay? Has 5 cap screws. This screws on the front of it underneath the cap screws, right? So when you first come up to it, this plate's on here with 5 cap screws. When I go to time this thing, you manually rotate the baler in the normal direction of operation, until you are about, now my manual says 2.5 to 3 inches, but right here it says 3 to 3.5 inches between the lower end of the front inner packer and the face of the plunger. Lower end of the front inner packer. So in the manual, it's talking about this being the lower inner end, this side. And I'm supposed to be, according to this sticker, 3 to 3.5 inches. There's one caveat on that. It's in the manual. It's supposed to be there with your backlash removed. So you roll this thing around in the normal direction until you get to that 3.5, or until about 3, and now you reverse the direction that you're rotating this flywheel in. You reverse it to take up any backlash, and so you just watch that tooth until it just starts to move, until your backlash is all taken up. So now I got no backlash in this apparatus. I am at 3.25 inches, 3 to 3.5 inches. Next step, make sure you're in timing. Next thing that you measure is your plunger knife edge right here. It's supposed to be parallel with this. They're supposed to be on the same plane. So if I take the straight edge, hopefully we get some good video here. You can see right here my straight edge isn't lining up. I am proud by 3/4 to an inch. I've got to move my plunger back an inch. To move the plunger back an inch, independent of all of the other apparatus, I remove all of my screws, and I advance. Sorry about the noise. I don't know if I'm going to edit that out. I removed these 2 screws that I had in here. I only had 2 in here so that I could rotate the entire assembly to check everything. So now this gear is not connected, excuse me, this cog is not connected to this chain. This chain is what drives your knotters and your packers. So they're now independent of each other. I can roll my flywheel to continue to retract. It says it right on here that we're measuring this as the plunger is retracting. So 3 to 3.5 inches, 3 to 3.5 inches from the plunger while the plunger is retracting. We're on the retracting stroke right now, and this face parallel with that face. So let's see if we can get that by rolling it in the normal direction of travel. Now, what can happen, well actually this doesn't matter, because, well, it does. So So what's happening right now is it's kind of bunched up and they're not rolling independently of each other. Oh, that's because there's backlash. There we go. Now we're past that backlash. You see, we've gone too far. So, epic fail. Sorry y'all, I'm just not going to edit this video. What you see is what you get. Okay, we're close. I'm calling that right where we need to be. Okay, so let's measure once again. We are at 3¼ inches from this face to this. We are parallel from this face to that face. The packing fingers are now in time with the plunger, according to my knowledge. We are half of a hole off. So I believe all I have to do now is take 2 of my screws. I've got some threaded holes right here. One here, one down here. If I take my screws and thread them in here, I should be able to pop this sprocket out, move it over one tooth, pop it back in, get everything to align. Let's try that. It's off by just a hair. Let's see. Regardless, I got 2 screws in there. Gear is seated. I can now rotate this thing all the way around and make sure that I'm not going to smash anything. Then I can trip my baler or my knotters and watch those fingers come up and see if they're going to clear. One full rotation coming up.